People that are benefiting from the price of the stock from pharmaceutical products developed.
Treatments that aren't curing the diseases, basically.
Yes.
Again, that's what the American public has to understand is the corruption of medicine, of medical education, of science, of medical. It's been corrupted, and it's awful. It's got to be fixed.
And what most people don't know and what the public doesn't know is that you don't know what's in Paxlovid. For all you know, it's a couple drugs that are off-label on the market, but it's a trade secret. And the problem with that is that now they can bring that trade secret into the public at a high price. So who controls that price, really? If you look at the stock market, you want who's investing in these pharmaceutical companies. These stocks, it's all about the price of the stock. You can't make a business out of something that's published to the public, unfortunately. And, pharmaceutical companies do spend a lot of money on clinical trials, and they expect to make their money back on capital expenditures, right, that they've spent.
Which, by the way, just to plug the Midwestern Doctor, read this article because it shows you how they doctor, how they rig clinical trials. This is very interesting read, okay? So if you're watching the hearing, read this one.
I've been in the clinical trial business, Senator, for 3 decades. I know all the tricks.
I understand. That's why I'm asking you to convey a couple.
Yes. So unfortunately, I've always stood by one thing. Good drugs come out and bad drugs stay out, okay? When a research is done poorly, it's time to get that drug out of the market, okay? I think we can all agree, as we still have COVID amongst us, COVID has not disappeared, that these vaccines have not done what they were supposed to do, right? They have not eradicated the virus, right? We still have COVID amongst us. So therefore, we have to kind of look at, well, how do we get better? How do we get better as society? How do we stop killing the microbiome, and how do we improve the microbiome? Science is only as good as science is today until the new technology comes along. But when you destroy the new technology that's trying to come out, that's trying to say, hey, look at me, I'm the microbiome, and you're suffocating that and you're censoring that, you're not allowing it to progress, and you just stop science. So you just alluded to my 2 twins that resumed speech after 9 months of manipulating the microbiome to improve their microbiome, to get rid of the bad microbes, to improve their microbiomes. Do you know how many parents are asking me, can you publish that? I can't publish. Do you want to know why I can't publish or tell the data? And I have to publish because if I want to convince my peers to do what I'm doing so they can reproduce the data, I have to publish. So I can't just be on social media and say, hey, look at what I need to do.
So why don't you publish it?
I can't publish. I've had 4 papers, science
because they retract them.
But it's a story, right? Science is a story untold, right? Imagine you're reading a book and you want to know the end of the story, but somebody removed chapter 4 and chapter 8 from your story. It's no longer a story anymore. You've lost the characters. This is the microbiome is a story. It's a story of discovery. It's a story of finding COVID in the stools. It's a story of discovering loss of bifidobacteria in severe COVID patients. It's a story of noticing that loss of bifidobacteria happened to be in invasive cancers. It's a story of the messenger RNA killing the bifidobacteria. Therefore, you have to ask questions. Is the vaccine killing the bifidobacteria? Are these people low in bifidobacteria and therefore possibly getting...
But again, my question was, why do you think your studies were retracted? What powerful interests were you threatening?
Well,
who didn't want your studies out there?
People that are benefiting from the price of the stock from pharmaceutical products developed.
Treatments that aren't curing the diseases, basically.
Yes. They don't want precision medicine.